What happens when two of Hollywood's most outspoken stars sit down for what's supposed to be a fun, casual interview? But it takes a sharp turn into one of the most awkward moments in daytime TV history. Stick around, because this story will leave you squirming in your seat. And before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a comment telling us whose side you're on. You're going to have a strong opinion by the end of this. The Kelly Clarkson Show is famous for its warm, feel-good vibe. Kelly's authenticity and her way of connecting with guests have made her a beloved daytime host. But on this day, everything was about to change. Enter Charlie Sheen, walking onto the stage with his signature swagger, that confident grin lighting up the room. The audience erupted in applause as he took his seat across from Kelly, who welcomed him with her trademark radiant smile. "Charlie Sheen, welcome to the show," Kelly said, excitement in her voice. "It's so great to have you here." "Thanks for having me, Kelly. Nice to be here," Charlie replied, settling into his chair with ease. The interview started off normally enough. Kelly asked about his latest projects and what he'd been up to. Charlie answered with his usual charm, throwing in witty quips that got the audience laughing. Everything seemed smooth, just another celebrity interview, until Kelly took a sudden, serious turn. "So, you've been very open about your past struggles," Kelly began, her tone shifting. "Many people admire your honesty. Looking back, how do you reflect on those times now?" For a moment, Charlie's smile faltered. "You know, Kelly, I've talked about this stuff a million times. Feels like we keep going back to the same story," he said, a hint of frustration in his voice. Kelly tried to ease the tension. "I understand, but people really value hearing about growth and change. It's inspiring." "Inspiring?" Charlie repeated, his tone sharp. "Is that what we're calling it now? Look, I've made mistakes and I've owned them, but I'm not here to be a cautionary tale for your audience." The studio's energy shifted. Kelly's smile stayed in place, but it was tighter now. "No one's trying to turn you into a cautionary tale, Charlie. It's just that people connect with authenticity." "Authenticity?" Charlie leaned back, eyes narrowing. "That's a buzzword if I ever heard one. You want authenticity? How about talking about how every interview people dig into the worst moments of my life instead of what I'm actually doing now?" Kelly straightened in her chair, maintaining her composure. "That's fair, but your story is part of who you are. People are curious about how you've evolved." "Evolved?" Charlie scoffed. "You make it sound like I'm some kind of science experiment. I'm a person, not a character study for daytime TV." The audience went silent. You could literally feel the tension thickening in the room, a moment that would go down in daytime television history. Kelly took a steady breath, clearly trying to stay composed. "Charlie, I'm not trying to reduce you to anything. I just want to have a conversation." "A conversation?" Charlie's voice rose slightly, a flash of frustration in his eyes. "Is that what this is? Because it feels more like an interrogation. You bring me on, and within 5 minutes we're digging into my lowest points. What about my work? What about the things I actually care about? Or is that not interesting enough for ratings?" Kelly's cheeks flushed, a mix of surprise and defensiveness. "That's not fair." "Were we?" Charlie challenged, leaning forward. "Or were we just going to circle my past for another 20 minutes while you pretend to care? I've seen this playbook before. Everyone wants a piece of the broken Charlie Sheen story." "I genuinely wanted to hear your perspective," Kelly said firmly, her voice gaining strength. "But if you came here assuming I'm attacking you, maybe we started off on the wrong foot." "Maybe we did," Charlie admitted, unrepentant. "Or maybe the problem is shows like this thrive on making people uncomfortable, and then act surprised when people push back." Kelly's jaw tightened. "Shows like this, Charlie? I've built my show on positivity and real conversations. If you feel attacked, that wasn't my intention. But don't sit here and insult what we do." I'm not insulting anything, Charlie snapped. I'm just calling it like I see it. You want real? Let's be real. You asked me here because my name gets attention. Controversy gets clicks. And now you're upset because I'm not playing along with the narrative. The audience went completely silent, eyes glued to the stage as the tension became almost tangible. Kelly took a deep breath, trying to regain control. Charlie, I asked you here because I thought we could have an interesting conversation. If you don't want to be here, that's fine. But don't project your frustrations onto me or my show. I'm not projecting, Charlie shot back. I'm responding to what's happening right now. You opened with the heavy stuff, not me. And when I called you on it, suddenly I'm the problem. You're not the problem, Kelly said, her voice rising. But your attitude is making this difficult for everyone. My attitude? Charlie shook his head. Kelly, you're the one who steered us into this mess. Don't blame me for not smiling through it. Kelly looked him square in the eyes. I'm not asking you to smile through anything. I'm asking for a respectful conversation. Respect goes both ways. You don't get to probe someone's life and then act innocent when they push back, Charlie fired. The tension was at its breaking point. Kelly leaned forward, her expression firm. Charlie, I've been nothing but respectful since you walked on the stage. If asking about your journey offends you, I apologize, but most guests appreciate the chance to share their story. Most guests, Charlie repeated, bitterly laughing. There it is. You're comparing me to your parade of people promoting feel-good projects and yoga retreats. I'm not most guests, Kelly. I never said you were, Kelly replied, her voice tight, the calm she tried to maintain now replaced with unflinching resolve. But you're sitting on my stage, Kelly said, trying to maintain calm. And I'd appreciate it if you met me halfway instead of treating this like some kind of ambush. Halfway? Charlie's voice dripped with sarcasm. I flew out here, sat in your makeup chair, smiled for your cameras, and now I'm supposed to pretend this isn't exactly what I expected? You want halfway? How about you ask me something you actually care about instead of reading from whatever card your producers handed you? Kelly's eyes flashed. I don't read from cards, Charlie. These are my questions. And if you had a problem with the direction of this interview, you could have said something before we started rolling instead of turning this into a spectacle. A spectacle? Charlie threw his hands up, his voice rising. Now it's a spectacle. 5 minutes ago, it was an authentic conversation. Which one is it, Kelly? Because from where I'm sitting, it feels like you wanted the spectacle all along. That's not true, Kelly said firmly. I wanted a genuine interview with someone who's been through a lot and has perspective to share. But clearly, you came here with your defenses up, and nothing I say is going to change that. My defenses are up because they need to be, Charlie shot back, voice escalating. I've done this dance 100 times. Everyone wants the same thing. They want me to bare my soul, talk about my mistakes, get emotional, and then they can feel good about themselves for giving me a platform. Well, I'm not interested in being anyone's redemption story today. Kelly shook her head, frustration clear. No one asked you to be a redemption story. I asked you to have a conversation, but you know what? If you're this uncomfortable, we can end this right now. Oh, now you want to end it, Charlie said, mocking her. Because it's not going the way you planned? Because I'm not giving you the sound bites for social media? Because I'm trying to talk to you like a human being, Kelly shot back, her patience wearing thin. And you're treating me like I'm the enemy. I don't deserve that, Charlie. You don't deserve that? Charlie echoed, his voice rising. But I deserve to come on here and get grilled about my personal life. That seems fair to you. Grilled? Kelly's voice sharpened. I asked you 2 questions about your past. 2. And you've spent the last 10 minutes acting like I'm putting you on trial. If that's being grilled, maybe you're not ready for interviews at all. Maybe I'm not, Charlie said, standing up suddenly. Maybe this whole thing was a mistake. The audience gasped. Kelly rose to her feet, her face flushed with anger. Sit down, Charlie. Why? He shouted. So we can keep pretending this is going well? So your audience can watch us fake our way through another 15 minutes? I'm done pretending. Then leave, Kelly said, her voice shaking but steady. If you want to walk out, walk out. But don't stand there and act like I did something wrong when all I did was try to have a conversation with you. A conversation? Charlie repeated, shaking his head. You keep using that word like it means something. This wasn't a conversation, Kelly. This was you trying to get me to perform for your cameras. And I'm not doing it. Kelly's hands trembled slightly now, her voice thick with frustration. The tension in the studio almost unbearable. You know what, Charlie? Kelly said, her voice firm but trembling slightly. I've interviewed hundreds of people on this show, hundreds, and not one of them has ever made me feel like I was doing something wrong by asking questions. Except you. You walk in here with this chip on your shoulder and make it impossible. Maybe the problem isn't me, Charlie said coldly. Maybe the problem is that you're not used to people pushing back. Maybe everyone else just smiles and plays along because they want to be on your show. But I don't need this, Kelly. I really don't. Kelly's voice cracked slightly. Then why did you come? If you hate this so much, if you think I'm so terrible, why did you agree to be here? Charlie paused, a flicker of something crossing his face, but the hardness quickly returned. Because my publicist thought it would be good for my image. Clearly they were wrong. Kelly's eyes widened, and she stepped back as if struck. Wow, so all this time, you've been sitting here resenting me because someone told you to be here. That's just great, Charlie, really great. Don't twist this around, Charlie shot back, pointing at her. You asked why I came. I told you. At least I'm being honest. Kelly laughed, but it was hollow, bitter. You call this honest? You've been passive-aggressive and hostile since the moment we started talking. That's not honesty, Charlie. That's just being mean. I'm being mean? Charlie's voice rose in disbelief. I'm the one being mean? You dragged me onto your show to talk about the worst parts of my life, and now I'm the villain? I didn't drag you anywhere, Kelly said, her voice shaking but strong. You agreed to come. You sat in that chair, and now you're acting like I forced you. That's on you, not me. Charlie's voice dropped, low and dangerous. You're right, this is on me. I should have known better. I should have known coming on a show like this was going to be exactly what it is. A trap. A trap? Kelly repeated, her voice hollow, disbelief creeping in. You think I trapped you, don't you? Charlie asked. You invited me here knowing exactly what you were going to ask, knowing it would make me uncomfortable, and now you're shocked I'm not grateful for the experience. Kelly's eyes filled with tears, but her voice remained steady. I invited you here because I thought you had something valuable to say. I thought we could connect. But clearly I was wrong about you. Yeah, Charlie said quietly, his tone heavy. Clearly you were. A deafening silence fell over the studio. Kelly's chest rose and fell with barely contained emotion, and the audience sat frozen, unsure whether to react. Charlie remained standing, jaw set, eyes locked on Kelly. You know what the worst part is? Kelly finally said, her voice quiet but cutting. I actually defended you. Before this interview, when my team had concerns, I told them you deserved a chance. I told them you were more than your headlines, but they were right, and I was wrong. Charlie's expression flickered, something like surprise, maybe guilt. But it disappeared almost instantly. Your team had concerns about me? That's perfect. So you knew going into this that it might be difficult, and you did it anyway. That's on you, Kelly. No, Kelly said, shaking her head firmly. Having concerns doesn't mean I was setting you up. It means I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt. It means I believed in you enough to think we could have a real conversation. But you didn't come here for that, did you? Kelly said, her voice measured but sharp. You came here to prove a point. What point? Charlie shot back, his tone cutting. That everyone's out to get you, Kelly said. That the media's against you. That no matter what you do, people are going to judge you. Well, congratulations, Charlie. You've made your point. But the only person who made this interview a disaster is you. Charlie's face reddened. That's easy for you to say. You're the one with the platform. You're the one with the power in this situation. I'm just the guest, supposed to sit here and take whatever you throw at me. Kelly's voice cracked. You think I have power here? Charlie, you've spent the last 15 minutes steamrolling over everything I've tried to say. You've insulted me, insulted my show, and made it clear you think I'm beneath you. Where's my power in that? You have the edit, Charlie said coldly. You can make me look however you want when this airs. You can cut this down, twist my words, make me the bad guy. That's the power you have. Kelly's eyes widened in disbelief. Are you serious right now? You're worried about the edit? Charlie, we're live. This is happening in real time. There is no edit. Everyone is watching this fall apart right now, and that's on both of us. For the first time since the interview began, Charlie froze, genuinely caught off guard. This is live, Kelly said, exhaustion weighing down her voice. Everyone watching at home is seeing exactly what's happening. There's no producer in the back spinning this. This is raw. This is real. And yes, it's a complete mess. It's a complete... Charlie ran a hand through his hair, looking momentarily lost. I didn't know it was live. That's obvious, Kelly said bitterly. Because if you did, maybe you'd have thought twice before turning this into... whatever this is. Slowly, Charlie sat back down, the fight seeming to drain out of him. Look, Kelly, I don't know. I've been doing this a long time, and I'm tired. I'm tired of people wanting a piece of me. I'm tired of feeling like I have to defend myself constantly. And when you started asking those questions, I just snapped. Kelly sat down too, wiping at her eyes. I get that you're tired. I do. But I'm not your enemy, Charlie. I never was. Treating me like I am doesn't help either of us. I know, Charlie said quietly. I know that now. But in the moment, all I could think about was how many times I've been burned by people who seemed nice at first. I went into defense mode and I took it out on you. That wasn't fair. Kelly took a deep breath, trying to regain composure. No, it wasn't. But I also should have been more aware of how you might be feeling. I should have checked in with you before we started. Made sure you were comfortable with the direction we were going. I didn't do that, and that's on me. You were just doing your job, Charlie said, his voice softer now. I'm the one who came in here with baggage and dumped it all over you? I'm sorry, Kelly. I really am. Kelly studied him for a long moment, her expression unreadable. Then she shook her head. I appreciate the apology, Charlie. I do. But I don't think I can keep doing this. I can't sit here and pretend the last 20 minutes didn't just happen. Charlie's concern crept in. I'm saying I need a break. Kelly stood, her voice trembling but firm. I need to step away for a minute and collect myself because right now, I'm too upset to continue. Kelly, wait, Charlie said, rising as well. We can work through this. We can turn it around, can't we? Kelly asked, her voice trembling. Because from where I'm standing, this interview is beyond saving, she continued. You've made it clear how you feel about being here, and I've made it clear how I feel about how you've treated me. I don't see a way forward. Then let's just end it, Charlie said, his tone calm but firm. Let's shake hands, call it a day, and move on. I can't just move on, Kelly replied, her voice breaking. This is my show, Charlie. My name is on it, and what just happened here is going to follow me. People are going to talk about this. They're going to judge me for how I handled it, and honestly, I don't even know if I handled it right. You did fine, Charlie said sincerely. You were professional. I was the one who lost it. That doesn't make me feel better, Kelly said. Because at the end of the day, this interview fell apart on my watch, and I have to live with that. Charlie looked down, clearly at a loss for words. I don't know how to fix this. Neither do I, Kelly admitted. With that, she turned and walked off the stage, leaving Charlie alone. The audience sat frozen, stunned, as Kelly disappeared behind the curtain. Charlie glanced at the crowd, then at the cameras, his expression a mix of regret and resignation. I guess that's it, he muttered quietly, more to himself than anyone else. Slowly, he walked off the stage in the opposite direction, and the show cut to an abrupt commercial break. What you just witnessed was one of the most explosive moments in daytime television history. A conversation that began with simple questions spiraled into a full-blown confrontation, highlighting the delicate balance between celebrity vulnerability and the responsibilities of a host. If you found this breakdown fascinating, make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below answering this. Do you think Kelly was right to walk off, or should she have tried to salvage the interview? Share your thoughts. I can't wait to read them, and I'll see you in the next video.